Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me today in my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a simple appetizer with puff pastry. Now everything tastes delicious with puff pastry. So I'm going to be using asparagus. This is very simple to make. I have also a delicious dipping sauce to go with it. So this would go great for the holidays, or get together, or even just movie night with the kids. So let's go on and I'll show you how to make it. It's absolutely easy to make and so delicious. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I went ahead and did was I washed the asparagus and then I just dried it. Alright. So now you can go ahead with a knife and cut about 2-3 inches off. What I like to do is find, because this end is very woody, so I'll just snap it at the soft spot. It will let you know where it's woody and where it's nice and soft by just snapping. See? And that's how much you would cut if you were going to use a knife. But it's just too woody, the ends. So I'll just continue to break off all of the ends. And these do not have to be pre-cooked. They will cook in the oven. I know you lose a lot of the asparagus with the ends gone, but I have to say that these are just horrible to eat. They're just way too woody. Alright, so I'm going to put these aside. There is absolutely no other prep work for the asparagus, just to rinse them and snap off the ends. So now we'll get started with the puff pastry. So I have my puff pastry here. You can use any brand that you like. I like to let it defrost in the fridge. If it still needs to defrost, you just let it rest on the counter. This is still a little hard. I'm going to let it sit here for a few minutes, and then I'm going to take my rolling pin and we're going to roll it out a little bit. Alright, it only takes a few minutes to soften up. So now if it sticks on your counter, you can use a little extra flour. Okay. So this is very simple. I'm going to take our asparagus. And because this is thick asparagus, we're only going to use one at a time. If this was the thin, then you would put two together. But this is pretty thick, so we're just going to put the asparagus at the end. Let's see, get a better picture. Okay, so you put the asparagus at the end, and then we're just going to flip puff pastry over until it meets. Then we'll just cut it. And then pretty much just seal the ends together. If your puff pastry gets too soft, you could just put it back in the refrigerator for a little bit. Okay, so that's one. We'll move on to another. Make sure you pinch the ends together. We don't want them to open up. Now you can make these, put them in the freezer, and then when guests come, you just throw them in the oven. I have my oven set, 375. Definitely great to make ahead of time. And then just a matter of throwing it in the oven. And then that's simple to make. So I have my sheet pan lined with some parchment paper. So now you're going to cut them into whatever length that you like. You can do them bite size. This is how we like them. If you have a lot of company, bite size would be perfect. All right, there we have it. Okay, we're going to throw these in the oven. Okay, so now I have 1 beaten egg. And I like to just lightly brush them so they turn out nice and golden brown. Okay, so we're going to put these in the oven, 375. And we'll check them after 15 minutes. They should be all nice and puffed up and golden brown. Now everyone's oven is different. I do have an electric oven. Okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll throw these in the oven. So while we're waiting for the asparagus and puff pastry to cook, I'm going to show you the dipping sauce on how to make it. Now this one is a horseradish mayo. So about half a cup of mayonnaise, give or take. You can double, triple this recipe depending on how many people you do have. Okay, and to the mayonnaise, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Okay. And then 1 teaspoon of horseradish. Now, if you like it hot, nice and hot, you can add more horseradish. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon, I'm sorry. And then what you do is you give it a taste. If it isn't that hot or where you want it to be, just go ahead and add more. Okay. Okay, could use a little bit more. So again, the horseradish is up to you. You don't want any dipping sauce too strong because the asparagus is a mild taste and so is the puff pastry. So the horseradish mayo goes perfect for that combination. A little bit more. So for mine, it was 2 teaspoons of horseradish. Okay, that's perfect. So then we'll let this chill in the refrigerator while the puff pastry is cooking. Okay, all set with the dipping sauce. And here they are, 15 minutes in the oven, nice and golden brown. The asparagus is cooked perfectly. Absolutely perfect. And with our horseradish mayo for our dipping sauce. Absolutely delicious. I hope you give this recipe a try. So easy to make. You could have the kids get involved. And it's great for the holidays or just a gathering. So thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.